Welcome to Phantom Tales from Vietnam, where spine-chilling spiritual stories come to life, inspired by true events. Today, we invite you to follow the terrifying journey of a man who unknowingly replaces an old friend in a pact with a dark spirit. The story begins in a rural area of the Mekong Delta, where the rivers gently flow, peaceful by day, but when night falls, they conceal mists that defy explanation. The main character is me, a middle-aged man named Tom in my 40s, working as a motorcycle repairman in a remote riverside village. Life wasn't wealthy, but it was peaceful, until disaster struck because of an old friend named Tuan. Tuan used to be my closest buddy during our military service. After we were discharged, each of us went our separate ways. I returned to the countryside to build a life, while Tuan disappeared without a trace. Then, just last year, he suddenly reappeared, pale, gaunt, and said he needed my help with something important. Tom, do you remember the promise we made back then? When we were in the jungle, you said, no matter what happens, we'll never abandon each other. I need you to keep that promise now. Before I could even process what he meant, Tuan pulled out an old black wooden box, bound with red string and covered in strange talismans. His voice grew stern. I'm being followed by something. I don't have much time left. If something happens to me, you must bury this box far away from where I die. Whatever you do, don't open it. If you do, you'll take my place. A chill ran down my spine. Tuan's eyes no longer looked human. They were like deep, sorrowful voids. His skin was pale, shriveled like someone in the final stages of a terminal illness. A few days later, just as he'd warned, I received news that he had died suddenly in his rented room. No one knew the cause. His mouth was wide open, eyes rolled back, limbs twisted as if tortured. I kept my promise and buried the box deep in an abandoned cemetery on the edge of the village. But from that moment on, strange things began happening to me and my family. Every night, I dreamed of standing at a foggy crossroads. Ahead stood a tall, dark figure wearing a conical hat and holding a scythe, whispering, "You owe me a soul." I'd wake up drenched in sweat. My wife, home, began sleepwalking. Once, I caught her standing at the ancestral altar, slicing her hand and dripping blood into the incense bowl. My daughter, little Thu, screamed constantly, "Day!" There's a man in rags sitting in the corner of the room. I invited Master Ba, a famous local spiritualist from Kai Bay, to come see us. The moment he stepped into the house, his face turned pale. "Mr. Tom, there's a malicious spirit in your house. This isn't a regular ghost, it's a Quy Linh Un." I was stunned. Master Ba explained that Quy Linh Un is a kind of demon created through a forbidden ritual known as body selling. Someone sells their body while still alive in exchange for wealth. After they die, their body doesn't ascend. It becomes a vessel for a demon. The box you buried, it wasn't meant to trap a ghost. It's a seal that binds the connection between the seller and the demon. Now that Tuan is dead, the demon is searching for a replacement. My blood ran cold. Because of a promise I made years ago, I had inherited Tuan's karmic burden. I begged Master Ba for help, but he only sighed. To break the curse, you must find the exact place where Tuan made the deal, and you must sever the blood tie, which may mean you'll have to sacrifice yourself. I followed the remaining clues and found Tuan's old rental room. It was abandoned, but as soon as I entered, the air turned icy. In the corner, I found a half-burned talisman, beneath which was a message written in blood. Soul sold. 1 part spirit, 2 parts body, in exchange for 30 years of luxury. Then it all became clear. Tuan had once been a homeless veteran, poor and desperate after the war. He'd been tempted by a rogue sorcerer, someone who tricked the desperate into selling their bodies to demons for wealth. The deal gave them 30 years of prosperity, but after that, their soul would be bound, and their body would become a vessel for demons to enter the world. Tuan had used part of his soul to sign the pact, but as the deadline approached, he panicked and tried to resist. So the demon couldn't take him immediately. It needed a successor, and that person was me. Master Ba instructed me to perform an extremely dangerous ritual. I had to return to the cemetery, dig up the box, and open it at exactly midnight on the full moon, the hour of Yin. I obeyed. That night, the rain poured down, thunder roared. As I opened the box, a black smoke shot into the sky, followed by a chilling laugh. "You've opened it, now you must pay." Inside the box was a faceless wooden figure, nailed all over. Also inside were human hair, fingernails, and a dried piece of human skin with my name carved in blood, Tom. I panicked and ran home. But by then, the demon had already entered my house. My wife was crawling across the ceiling, eyes rolled back, tongue hanging down to her chest. My daughter lay on the floor, her body blue, mouth gasping as if strangled. I fell to my knees, sobbing. Just then, Master Ba appeared, carrying a spirit sword and a jar of enchanted ashes. He chanted continuously and told me, "Bite your hand and drop your blood onto the wooden figure. You must reclaim your karma. If you run, the demon will kill your family." I did as told. When my blood touched the statue, a thunderous roar erupted from nowhere. The air thickened, reeking of decay. A dark figure emerged, over 2 meters tall, its eyes glowing red like embers. It screamed, "You are the replacement!" Master Ba scattered the ashes, chanting louder. He swung the spirit sword, creating a ring of fire around the statue. The demon thrashed violently, then let out a final piercing shriek before vanishing into nothingness. After the ritual, my family slowly recovered, but I was no longer the same. Every morning, I woke feeling cold. My reflection in the mirror grew fainter. I knew I had taken Tuan's place. Though the demon was sealed, part of my soul now belonged to it. I left my hometown, wandering from place to place. No family, no home, just the echo of one sentence in my mind. You opened it. It can't be closed. And if you listening to this story, are ever asked to keep a strange object or to make a vague promise, never agree, because you might just be signing a contract with a demon. Thank you for listening and visiting the channel. We hope today's story brought you moments of suspense and reflection. See you again in the next mysterious tale.